Okay, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've been wanting to discuss some things for a while now, but I never really knew how to go about it. Like if I should make a video, if I should do a live, if I should, talk on here in the community or in the post section of Instagram. I didn't really know how to go about it, so I figured just do what I'm best at, which is making videos. And I feel like I'd get a bigger audience this way anyways. Okay, so going completely off topic for like 2 minutes, I've been trying to get rid of some stuff. If you guys don't know, I do not do, destash pages on Facebook for my own reasons. I think it's too much of a hassle. I like to do it my way. So I'm trying to get rid of some things. I posted on Instagram and I left it for a little bit and then I ended up deleting it. But really quickly, super quick, I'll just go through like really quick what I'm trying to get rid of because I know a lot of you guys have asked about my destashes before. So a lot of these are bigger things. So I have a loaf by Candles by Victoria in Strawberry Bear Claws. It's a little bit smushed, but that's how I got it, unfortunately. So we have that. I have some things from Sassy Girl Aroma, a chunk bag in Mac Apple Caramel Marshmallow. I'll do pricing and weights and everything in the description box because I don't want to really take away from what this video is about. I have one in Caramel Coconut Pie. I have a chunk bag in Sugar Cookie Lattes. I have a loaf from Swanky in Red Velvet Cake, which is actually not just Red Velvet Cake. It's a bunch of things. I'll put that also in the description. I have a loaf from Birdies Making Sense, which is the breakfast one. And this is in, oh, it's a little bit ripped because that's how I had to open it. But it's in Caramel Latte, Sunday Brunch, and Maple Pancakes. Sorry, that took me a second. And then the last thing that I have is a zombie head. It's completely full still from Sassy Girl Aroma. And it's in 5 Little Pumpkins, which is pumpkin pecan waffle Noel sugar cookies. Trying to get rid of this stuff. I need to make some room. Okay, let's get into what this video is about. So, me and a friend of mine today were talking, and it's kind of funny because I've been thinking about this for a while, and it's not just this one specific thing, but this is what really led me to make this video because I would really love some opinions on this and pretty much everything that I'm about to say. So, okay, we all know, unfortunately, scammers, scam artists, cons and stuff in the wax community. And it could be, people that have been doing this for years, unfortunately, with all the different fake profiles. I've seen people kind of play the pity party to get free stuff, which I also think is kind of scamming because you're kind of pulling at people's heartstrings in order to give you free stuff, which for me personally, I understand that we all have hardships, and I understand that, we all go through things, and we kind of have a small, it's not really small anymore, but like depending on the groups that you're in, like a small community of people that maybe you feel understand you and stuff like that, which I totally understand. And we all need to vent once in a while. We all need to get things off our chest. And I know in some other groups, though, that have like, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 members, telling your whole life story, I feel is kind of just like a plea for, send me free stuff. I can't afford this, or, I'm so sad I don't get paid until, this day and I'm going to miss out, or, everybody was too fast for me. I couldn't get anything. Those types of things. It's kind of like, if you wouldn't tell your cashier at Target, don't tell it to a bunch of people that don't know you, because not only are you putting your entire business out there for everybody to see, but it's awkward, it's uncomfortable, it makes the vendor uncomfortable if you're doing it in a vendor page, and it's just all around kind of, distasteful in my opinion. Now, venting to your friends in private that we've met over online and, in wax groups and stuff, I think is great. I'm super glad because I have friends like that I would not have met if it was not for this community that know so many things about me, and I know so many things about them. And I think that is awesome and such a great bond, but I'm just saying kind of in general in Facebook groups. So the discussion that we were having was about scammers. And I had noticed actually that there was one in a group that I admin, so I deleted it. And unfortunately, there's many, many fake profiles for many different people that are scammers, unfortunately, in the wax community. And so my question to you is, how would you feel if you were in a vendor page, okay, a vendor group, and the vendor knew about a scammer that was in their group, but they had said, well, they never did anything to me, so I'm not going to delete them. Would you still be okay with that vendor? Would you not be okay with that vendor? Is it distasteful? Would you stop ordering? Would you not care and continue to order? In my opinion, if I knew that there was a scammer in a vendor group and that vendor knew about it and was just like, okay, whatever, she hasn't done anything or he hasn't done anything to me, I'm just going to leave it. I think that's kind of disrespectful, honestly, to the customers, because I know a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but I know a handful of scammers that have, claimed that they bought something from, let's say, Rose Girls, for example. I don't know if there's any scammers in Rose Girls, but, let's take Rose Girls, for example, and they say, oh, look, I bought a Kahuna box, but I don't want it. Who wants to buy it? And they really don't have it, so they take your money and they kind of just run with it. So now they're using the vendor's products to get money, to scam people. And I feel like if the vendor knew about it and they knew that they were a scammer, they knew they've done it in the past, for me, that would be distasteful. I would kind of, side-eye that vendor for a little while. Now, let's take it one step further. So say there was a group for just us, okay? Me and all of you guys. Let's say there was a group just for us, right? And, we're destashing and we're swapping and we're doing round robins. It's a good time. We're all good friends. And a scammer somehow gets in. And then that scammer, someone would come to me and say, hey, this profile is a scammer. You should delete them. And I said, well, no, because they haven't done anything to me. Would that be distasteful? Would that be crossing a line? Because it would be like me not protecting you guys. And that's how I see it. I would hate for someone to be using my name or my products to scam people. So I would want that person out of my group ASAP. But that's just me. Now, I'm not saying, like, let's go on a tirade and check every vendor's profiles to see if there's, any vendor or any scammers in there. I'm not saying that. But for me, it's just, like I said, it's side-eye worthy for me, definitely. So there's that. And then let's just talk about the wax community in general. So 2020 has been an insane year for everybody. It's been just absolutely insane. And I feel like I haven't really sat down and asked everybody how they're doing. So I'm going to take this opportunity now and ask everybody, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Are things going okay for you? Are you staying safe? Are you well? Are you in quarantine? Unfortunately, I live in Connecticut, New England, and we just went back to phase 1 today, actually. It was supposed to be last Friday, and today's Monday. They decided to do it today. So a lot of hair salons closed down, barbers closed down. There's things that are only going to be open for a certain amount of time. A lot of places are closing early, restaurants especially. So that's kind of going on. So that's, not that great. I know a lot of people are still out of jobs. I know a lot of jobs are still closed. I think that's really rough. So that's just, COVID worthy in general. It's been an insane year for so many people. So yeah, wanted to take that opportunity to ask you guys how you were doing. So let's talk about vendors. Let's talk about wax for a little while. So, oh God, I don't really know how to go about this because I don't want to make it seem I'm kind of like complaining. I'm kind of more just venting. Not really ranting, but kind of just venting, like, have you ever seen like certain things in the wax community that kind of bother you and they're kind of just like, the BEC, if you guys know what I mean, that type of thing. I'm not talking about like a person, but just things in general, right? So I do get, messages every now and then of, from you guys or from friends and stuff that I've made. I mean, we're all friends here, right? Like, come on. So I get messages from you guys, my friends, and I'll see screenshots, for example, from like a vendor who did, I don't know, an advent calendar. And I remember they had posted something about, this was way too hard. After this year, I'm never doing this again. Would that turn you guys off from ordering from them? Or would you kind of just be like, yeah, I get it. Like, things are hard. I don't blame you. You have to do all of this by hand. So, like, I got you. So would that bother you? Or would you kind of just be like, yeah, it's fine, sis. Like, it's hard stuff. I was thinking about that as well. What are other little things that kind of just bother me? Besides people that comment in vendor groups about like restocks and they couldn't get what they wanted, that drives me nuts. I really don't like that at all because, like I said, it puts everybody in a really uncomfortable position. There's been many times that I've missed out on things, many, many, many times, especially lately, but I'm kind of doing it on purpose because I don't need any more wax. But yeah, it's not fun to miss out on things that you want, especially if you set your timer, you're there at the right time, and you know, it's gone within a couple of seconds. It's happened to me before. You know, we're all adults here. Like, I don't think there's any 5-year-olds buying wax for themselves. So, you know, it's wax. It'll probably get made again. If not, maybe you can get something similar or something similar from another vendor. I've just never understood the tantrums. That's one thing that I really don't like about the wax community. Let's see. Giveaways are another one. So I love doing giveaways. I think they're so much fun. But I have noticed that I feel like there's been a lot of giveaways going on just to kind of get clout and like recognition, you know, like for smaller vendors or maybe just smaller like YouTubers or smaller Instagrammers that are in the wax community, for example, are kind of only doing giveaways just to get more followers, which I don't really think is all that fun because a lot of people follow you just for the giveaways and then they end up unfollowing you if they don't win, or if they do win and they're kind of just like, okay, I don't need this account anymore. That's another thing. Let's see. Another thing about the giveaways, have you guys ever seen like the raffle ones? I don't know if they still go on. I feel like they do. But like the ones where it's like you have to buy a spot, that never made any sense to me. So I've seen like legit raffles but they call it a giveaway. And basically what you have to do is like, okay, if you want 5 entries, you have to pay $5. If you want 2 entries, you pay $2. So it's kind of basically like the more money you spend, the more entries you get, and then the bigger chance you have of winning. But where does that money go? Does it go to the vendor? Because I'm pretty sure they, you know, put a stop to that because it was just kind of ridiculous, like asking for money for a giveaway. A giveaway is a giveaway. Like, you're giving things away for free. You're not supposed to charge people for a giveaway. So that never made any sense to me. So I think they put a stop to it. I think people were like, okay, sis, you can't do this, which I think is a good thing. But if you guys have seen that, let me know your thoughts on raffles, quote unquote. Let's see. Round robins. I miss round robins so much. I remember when I first came to YouTube, I think I was like maybe 16 or 17, and I wanted to do a round robin so bad. I saw all the, you know, bigger YouTubers doing it, and I thought they were so cool, and I thought it was so much fun. And I actually ended up making friends with a few people way back in the day, and I did a large box round robin, and it was so much fun. Everybody did great. Everybody followed the rules. People were giving me really, really awesome stuff, and it was just fantastic. Now, the thing with round robins, and I think one of the biggest reasons why people stopped doing it was because, one, the wax community is so big now. It's like you don't know who to trust. You don't know this person from Adam. You don't know what they're like. You don't know if they're a scammer. Even friends that you make can still screw you over, because I've seen that happen, unfortunately. Oh my goodness, this poor woman. She did a round robin, and I don't think she did the video one. So basically, most of the round robins that I saw, you would open it on camera, you would take out what you want on camera, and then you would put back what you want on camera. So basically, if you took out like 5 things, you put 5 things back in from your own stash, and then so on and so forth. But you have to show what you take out, and you have to show what you put back in. Most round robins were like that. Unfortunately, this woman did not do it that way, and she just ended up with crap. People were just throwing crap in that they didn't want. You know, vendors that they didn't like, you know, half-cent shots or half of a tart or things that weren't labeled. It was awful. I felt terrible for her. And that was a really long time ago. So, like I said, just because they're your friend doesn't mean that they're not going to screw you over. I know it's happened more than once where someone got the round robin and then just kept the box and claimed that they never got it, which really sucks because round robin is so much fun. Swapping is so much fun. I haven't done a swap. Oh my goodness. Literally since like the wax community kind of first started in like 2011, 2012, I think was the last swap that I did, which is crazy. let's see, what else? Random act of kindnesses. Now, those are great. Those are fun. I actually just got one from a very lovely girl, which I will be filming a video on that because I cried so hard when I opened it. I was so thankful. She gave me so much stuff. But random act of kindnesses I wanted to talk about. So, oh God, let me think, because I don't want to say this in like a rude way because I'm not trying to be rude about it. But I feel like that's another thing that people really get taken advantage of as well, which kind of goes back to the pity parties that I was talking about, people putting out their whole life stories in hopes to get something out of it. Because I don't know what other reason that people would have to go to a group of 5,000 people and tell us that their dog died, you know, when nobody knows that person. You know, I've seen that happen quite a bit. So I feel like a lot of people got taken advantage of for random act of kindnesses. And, you know, I've seen people in the wax community that were really big and really, you know, that people really liked, and they had clout, and, you know, a lot of people knew who they were great, they were sweet, and they got, you know, random act of kindnesses from lots of different people. And then they turn out to be a horrible person. I've seen that happen before, and it was awful. You know, it's just crazy because I've been around for a long time, even though I know I wasn't making videos for a few years. I was still around. I was still in, you know, different wax groups and private wax groups and stuff, which I always thought was fun. I would pop in every now and then, just let them know, hey, I'm here. I don't know. It's kind of crazy just how much you really see when you've been around for a really long time. And I've seen really great things happen. I've seen so many auctions go on for, unfortunately, wax members that have passed away, or funeral costs, or, you know, there's been so many that I've seen. And auctions are always a really great way to help somebody out. I absolutely loved it. I remember in a group where honestly somebody kind of called themselves out, and it actually had nothing to do with wax. They put it in the wax group. I don't know why. It was actually about an artist that, you know, long story short, she claimed that this artist drew up a picture for her that she was supposed to pay for. And, you know, at first she said she loved it. Then she said she hated it and she wouldn't pay the artist for their time anymore. And she basically called herself out for being not a very nice person. And I remember a lot of us ended up donating to that artist for that artist to get their money back. And I thought that was literally the sweetest thing ever. My heart like grew 8,000 times larger that day from all the love that I saw this artist getting, which I thought was just incredible. So I've seen so many good things happen in the wax community, as well as some not so good things. I'm not super active in groups, whether it be vendor groups or just wax chat groups in general, just because, I don't know, I'm more of like a YouTuber, Instagram type of girl. I'm not super chatty, so I never really know what to post or how to engage and stuff. So I normally kind of just keep to myself in my little corner and, you know, talk to you guys and my friends and stuff, because that's just kind of where I'm more comfortable. I have gotten a few messages or comments here and there like, oh, you should post in vendor groups, or do you show up in vendor groups? Are you in this vendor group? I'm in lots of different vendor groups. I'm in lots of different wax chatty groups. I don't know. I'm just not super active in them. I don't really have like a reason why. I just, you know, like to keep to myself and my friends. Let's see. What else? Have you guys noticed any vendors that kind of gone downhill for you? Because I want to talk about everything. Let's talk about everything. Let's talk about venting, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the different. Are there any vendors that you've been disappointed with lately? I actually saw someone post a thread. I don't remember which group it was in, but they were talking about, you know, vendors that you would never order from. And I saw so many people say so many different vendors. And it wasn't just because, oh, this vendor is shady, this vendor's a scammer, this vendor lied, or, you know, any like reasons like that. It could just be because I don't like their wax. I tried their wax and I don't like it. Or I don't like their attitude, or I don't like the way they treat customers, or the wax just didn't work out for me, or I got a really messy package, didn't appreciate it. I saw a lot of different comments, so I really want to talk about everything that we can, because, I don't know, this is kind of like a safe space for you guys. No one's going to judge you. No one's going to yell at you. This is all, you know, non-fighting, kumbaya type of thing. We all have our different opinions, and all of our opinions are okay. You know, just because you like a vendor and someone else doesn't mean that either one of you are wrong. You both have your own opinions. You both have your own tastes and likes. So I really like that about the wax community, that everybody is different. We all have different noses. We all have different tastes. We all organize differently. We all wrap things differently. We all destash differently. So, you know, that's another thing that I really love about the wax community, and that I really love about you guys as well, because I've been getting more comments on my videos lately, and, you know, more input from different people, and people that I don't know, or my friends and stuff. And everybody always has a different opinion, which I think is great. And for the most part, everybody's pretty mellow on this channel. You know, we're kumbaya on this channel. I like to, you know, make things calm. I like to, you know, stay that way. So whatever you guys want to talk about, I would love to discuss. I would love to, you know, open a discussion about anything that you guys want to talk about. And that's basically what this video is about, just to kind of get your input on, you know, scammers or round robins or swaps or groups, vendor groups, non-vendor groups, different channels, different YouTubers, different, you know, wax vendors. You know, like I said, the good, the bad, and the ugly, I would really like to talk about, because I'm bored tonight and I have nothing else to do, and I would love to talk to you guys. So definitely feel free to comment. Don't hold back. Give me your brutal honesty. I can handle it. You could even talk about me. That would be fine too. You can call me, I hate your voice and I think your background is ugly. I don't care. Also, I wanted to mention really quickly, I have a giveaway, talking about giveaways, up on my Instagram. It's going to end on Wednesday, and it's super, super cool. So if you want to go and check that out and enter, that would be awesome. And I think that's about it. So yeah, give me your input, give me your questions or comments or anything. Also, let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future, since I'm not really ordering. I do have a few things that I wanted to show you. A giveaway that I won, of course, my random act of kindness that I got from a very sweet girl. I do want to do another organization video, because I've been destashing so much, and you guys are not going to believe how much room I have. I feel empty. And I'm not saying that like, oh my God, you know, I have a big collection, but I'm saying I feel empty. No, I destashed a lot of stuff. If you compared my first videos to the ones that I'm going to show you, you'd be like, oh my goodness, like I destashed a lot of stuff. And I also really like doing the sample destashes. Sorry, I'm getting off topic a little bit, but that's what this video is about. I really like doing those sample destashes. So I've also bought some scent shot cups that I'm going to use as containers for scoopable samples, so I can dig into like I don't know, rainbow melt scoopable and put samples out and, you know, destash it that way. That way I can keep some, and then you guys can also have some if you want. So I thought that was a really cool way to destash, you know, taking one tart out of a candles from the keeping room bag, labeling it, you know, having you guys buy it that way. I just thought it was a cool idea, so I've been really loving doing that. So if you want one of those, let me know. You know, all of my rules and stuff for destashing will be down in the down bar below. So I think that's it now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I super, super appreciate it. And again, don't hold back. Let me know your super honest opinions. You guys are awesome. Love you. Please stay safe, sane, and healthy, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.